Oh yeah, here comes the Butney wares. Well, magically, the things that were happening on Facebook now magically happen on YouTube. Weird. I wonder if the same psychotic group is following me around. Weird. So, FBI came in pedo bang. Why is it that you guys are timing out my stuff? You guys are theoretically doing the same thing that all of you were doing when I was on Facebook. Are you guys gonna flag harass me at the end? Are you guys gonna count down your guys' pedo snaps and shit? See, cop gangs? What's happening in LA right now? And you guys think that doing this stuff right now would be smart? So I'm gonna delve a little further into this not guilty by reason of insanity. I want people to realize, do not use for law enforcement gangs. See, developmentally disabled people would never be able to be police or law enforcement. Do not use that defense. That defense is made for these people. What you people do is psychoness. So your guys' craziness is psychoness. You guys prove that you're not developmentally disabled every year in a mental health evaluation in your police force. That evidence will literally have a judge restricting a defense lawyer from using it because of your guys' yearly mental health evaluations. Right? That will be hardened evidence that will work against everything that you people will claim. See, these people have history throughout their early childhood up until adult life of being this. And they're the ones that this was made for. The only other things are like crimes of passion, like A Time to Kill. That guy. Somebody rapes his daughter, her face is all fucked up, and they almost kill her, and then he goes, snaps, and goes crazy. Sure, that is made for those people too. It is. Because that is where somebody from the state should have stepped in and should have blatantly said, like, don't do this. Basically, they should have anticipated that type of, that is a very normal response to somebody doing something like that to your most beautiful child. That is what, see, in a real world, judges and prosecutors that have to prosecute somebody for a crime of passion like that, they know that a father that snaps and kills people is in a moment of insanity because they can sit there and understand why that person would do that about their own child. That is what that is made for. And that most of the time, what you people may not realize is situations like that, pretty much, those go to trial because the prosecutor and the judge basically know that they can formulate the whole trial into losing. They can. And that is common in that type of instance. So, you people are psycho. See, the developmentally disabled people are not guilty. You people are psycho. That is guilty. Okay? So, I'm going to tell all of you, the insanity defense is no good. It is impossible. It's possible to be a cop as a psychopath. You people prove that all fucking day long. So, I talked about basically the plea deal and mental health and stuff as the best defense, but here's the best trial for a defense. So, essentially, your defense lawyer should be attempting to figure out how to do evidence suppression, how to discredit the experts, how to discredit the witnesses without seeming like a sociopath, and then basically character references, right? That would be the best trial. And so then in a plea, because sometimes as these things go along, then this stuff, after discovery, kind of, a lot of times it pushes things into this box. And so, in a plea, they should be looking to do mental health reduction idea. They should be looking to do rollover on all the other people as like a state's witness reduction of sentence. And then tick for tat reduction. That's like admit to this lesser crime. That's basically. And so that is the best situation for trial ideas. And see, you don't, this is probably, since everything is all like computer based, that's going to be data that probably won't be suppressible. And that then the experts are able to logically and rationally explain what people are doing, that will be difficult to discredit. The witnesses will also probably be victims, and that you're not necessarily allowed to just be tearing in to a victim that will also be probably a witness. And this is the real truth, that the prosecution, if you start tearing into the witness victim, will say object. And they're badgering, look at this poor woman, like, and that the judge will stop your discrediting method if you start calling her a 50 slut, essentially in the more legal way. If you start bringing up people that extorted a woman for so many years of her fucking life and what they forced a forced sex slave to do, that is where you people are not realizing that person is a victim of horrible psychotic extortion. Think about that when you look to discredit people, right? Discrediting would be looking for motives or something like that on what would call into question the validity of what they're saying. That would be the best way to ethically go about that. Sure, they're probably going to hate that person. The prosecution should be having that witness be stating how much they hate that person. That gets it out in the open, but it doesn't necessarily change just because you hate. Just because you guys hate. It's just because the witness hates all of you doesn't necessarily make what they say untruthful. The things that you people do would make anybody hate any of you. The expert's gonna hate all of you. The evidence collector's gonna hate all of you. The witnesses are probably gonna hate all of you. And then this one is basically about figuring out how to get credible character references. I mean, well, if you're gonna build up for a trial, you should probably hit all angles. I mean, and that if you can't do much of this stuff, that's essentially all you can really do. And then that's where this becomes basically the best defense. This will get the least jail time. See, the evidence already proves. Basically. See, it's let you people upload your crimes. You people videos speaking about it. You people openly admit to committing crimes. The evidence in lots of ways for a lot of these cop gangs is that they feel so psychically confident about breaking laws that they literally admit it to people in a video format, feeling smug on top of the world and their freedom and shit. That is going to be evidence. And so if you're going to go to trial and try and get a not guilty charge with a video that has that person competently explaining exactly what they did in a confessionary way, then the judge will be telling the jury, this is a confession. And then the jury, I mean, in lots of ways, the prosecution could just be like, here's this confessionary video, in case the state rests. And that is where the judge will essentially be advising the jury behind the scenes, like, this is evidence, this is a confession, that means guilty, and then the jury will be sitting there voting, and they'll all vote, and that the judge won't let them stop being in a jury until they vote for guilty, and that's how it works. Because see, a confession video is a confession, and that's why you're supposed to do plea. Okay? They will not, if people still are voting not guilty in the jury, they will keep them in there until they vote guilty. Basically, that's how it works. And so, that's why I say, if the evidence is a confession video, then you're supposed to plead. And if the fucking defense lawyer isn't pushing for that, then essentially the judge should fuck off the defense lawyer and be getting a public defender to be replacing them or somebody else that they pay. But essentially, I mean, this is where you people, that these cops, these cop gangs, you people a lot of times have evidence and confessions of your own crimes that you people would be prosecuted for. So, a confession means plea.